Welcome, beautiful soul. This is going to be your daily cosmic message for 8/8. We're going to start this on 8/8. 8/8/2025. Also, the energy in here is timeless, so whenever you find this video. Okay, so we got two cards. We got the Healer and we got the Wayshower. First of all, the epic polarity between these two cards. It's like this is the same being. Sometimes we think you have to be this or you have to be this, but you're everything. And that is true power. You are this raw, fierce, fearless, fear-inspiring sometimes by your intensity, your passion, your power, essence of the Wayshower. People are inspired to follow in your footsteps because you're going first. You're paving the way. You are calling forth others to rise with you simply by the confidence in the path that you are walking, in the remembrance that you have, which doesn't always mean you remember everything, but you remember the next step and you remember that you can trust that because you honor your cosmic connection. Okay, we'll take that one too. Okay, love it. We have the Healer. And at first when I was looking at this, it says cleanse, grieve, grow, heal. And I first read it as glow. And I think that's such a reminder of the fact that healing is a beautiful divine experience. So oftentimes our mind will associate it with something negative because you're healing from imperfection, from disease, all of these things. But all you're doing is clearing away that which is not actually you. And with every bit that you clear, you free yourself more of your light shines, and you're able to embrace all things because nothing's living in your, less and less is living in your subconscious, less and less is living in your shadow. So you're able to embrace the perfection of all. And from that space, there's no like distortion in your field. Light and the radiance of your own soul can actually flow through to illuminate your path ahead, to illuminate the beauty and the greatness in others, to bring power and energy to the things that you want to create, because that divine light of your soul, your consciousness unimpeded, that is your power of creation. What you focus upon grows, and what you focus on without distortion, with a coherent frequency, that is things that are able to materialize like that. So for example, Jesus, very coherent frequency, pretty much no distortion in the field, could heal like that, could manifest like that, could create without delay. And so every time we're healing, we are smoothing out distortion in the field, we're integrating, and more of our light, more of our consciousness, more of our power is able to flow through. And we start to look better, we start to glow differently. Like you can sense somebody who has more divine light shining through their eyes, someone who has more of a radiant aura emanating outward from their entire being. Energy speaks so loud, and it does change our physical appearance. And no matter your age, you can genuinely age backwards when you start to work with energy and look so much better 10 years later than 10 years previously, where you had so much weighing upon you, so many thought forms, so many beliefs, so many heavy emotions, all of these things that really were not yours, but we pick up along the way, and then you just start to drop them and you become this beautiful emanating light. Anyway, back to the message. You are a healer. You're a healer. And what's so beautiful about this message is that if you're watching this in real time, the full moon in tropical astrology, it's going to be in Aquarius on Saturday, August 9th. And Aquarius is the water bearer. It is the pouring of the celestial healing waters onto everyone and everything so that they can be cleansed anew. It is the bringer of hope. It is the bringer of renewal. And you have this energy within you. And that is so tied into you having to have healed yourself. And so sometimes it can be hard to recognize this power that we have because we're like, I'm not a healer. I have so many things that I've had to and continue to want to see and want to continue to heal. But it's like, that's what gives you the power. We get forced to go through the path that is going to initiate us into remembering, re-embracing, and reintegrating the powers that are innate within us that we need to activate to actualize our divine destiny in this lifetime. So you are most likely somebody who has had to heal from quite a bit. And whether you accept it or not, you have brought so much healing to others, both through being the imprint of somebody who has healed themselves. You hold that frequency, that vibration, and then also you do heal people by sharing the methods, sharing the codes, by you're able to see where the refinement is needed and give people the essence of the healing waters in whatever way the moment calls for. And so this is unique for you. You may already know that you're a healer. If you don't, you are. And you're also entering this new, you're at this new, what is it called when you're at this new precipice of your own healing. And you might have started to notice that you look different. Keep going, because there is so much liberation in the purification that is occurring for you right now. And it's such a potent time of year for this to be happening, because the more that is cleared out, the more of the cosmic light we're able to receive into our light body. And that is going to leave you feeling so, so good and so, so divine. Like your rainbow body. You're getting the rainbow crystalline upgrades. And you are so powerful. You also have healing hands. And with this full moon that's coming up, go face the palms to the moon and like imagine pulling in the light of the energy of the water bearer into your hands and see what starts to activate, because your touch heals. People actually probably really love to feel your touch, whether they tell you or not. And like, people also really love your energy. Like, if you wonder why people like being around you so much, it's because no matter what your perception of yourself is, you have a pure energy. No matter what you've done, no matter what you've experienced, you have a purity that will never leave you. And it is really, really special and really, really, it's like a gift to this planet. Let yourself, you probably also do spend a fair amount of time alone, and it's because that's where you get to experience your own healing energy, and you deserve that. You deserve to be the person who gets to be recharged. You deserve to give it away when it's an overflowing part of your cup. So definitely honor that. That's completely part of your path and a phase of self-love. But if you're grieving anything right now, just know it's because more is being purged out so that you can reach this new level of purification and illumination. And genuinely, those heavy, dense emotions, if they're coming up, it's because they're leaving you. So just like be the vessel and let them flow through. Imagine you are the vessel and the water is pouring through you, and the gift on the other side, which is literally oftentimes a moment away when you just let the thing flow, is a sense of bliss that comes with even a deeper level of understanding, gratitude, and maturity, because like you go through the humbling moment of intensity. Okay, Wayshower, you are legit a Wayshower here. Like, the path that you walk is meant to be an inspiration to others. And the Wayshower isn't even the one who's like forcing people to come with them, shouting from the rooftops. They grab the torch, they carry it, they turn around, they look everybody in the eye, because it's like, you can follow, you're welcome to follow, like, come along, but here we go, I'm going. Like, this is these phases of the moon, they represent like the 3 phases of the essentially divine feminine power, which is within us all. It's like a very magical frequency of creation. It's the maiden, the mother, and the crone. And within these aspects, there is the wisdom that guides all of life itself, all the phases of life itself. And the Wayshower has the wisdom of all of these. You've lived many lifetimes, you've walked many paths, you've gained much wisdom, and you have the power to not only render and create new timelines for yourself by walking the way. It's like literally, like, imagine like a little guy walking through a simulation, creating a new timeline by literally stepping one foot in front of the other out in like a diagonal direction, when like all of the lines are going parallel and perpendicular, and you're like, actually, we're gonna go this way. I see a new way. Guided by spirit, of course. Like, you're very connected to the wisdom of your higher self. Your intuition is no joke. It is guiding you towards something very, very real and very important at all times. So always honor that. That's like your guiding light. That's your guiding force. So not only are you able to walk out on these new timelines that are essentially destined, they're like your future self is waiting there and already existing, but you're walking out in a way that nobody in the present space, time, and place has walked out before. And through deciding and discerning the way, you're also helping to render new timelines for the collective, because whether you know it or not, people follow you vibrationally or legitimately physically. Even the people who seem like they're a leader to you in your life because they have like such a strong, commanding personality, they still follow you, especially when you stop following all of them and you go your own way. People can't help but be like, wait, where are they going? Like, especially if like you feel like you have to like sometimes step back and be like, and just drop it all, and you're going, all the people who like thought that you were gonna follow them will turn back and follow you, and like all of a sudden be tapping on your shoulder and be like, wait, where are you going? So that's your power. Reclaim it. Call all of your power back to yourself here and now, from all timelines, spaces, places, and dimensions, from all beings that you may have unconsciously given the power to. Pull it all back into yourself. Let your intuition guide the way and walk the path, because even if it's just in the way you are and who you be, that is a Wayshower. You came to exist in a way that maybe not everybody is going to understand right away, but like some part of their soul does, and some part of their soul, like you make them remember a way that they can be. And that's really powerful. I mean, you really came here to embody a frequency that is a gift to so many. So good job. I mean, that's such a gift. Thank you. Honestly, thank you. And this card also flew out, so we're going to end with this one. Sovereign. Of course, this card would come out for the first time that we're doing this on the Lion's Gate. So first of all, this is the number 9. This is a 9 year. I'm a huge fan of 9 energy. I'm a 9 life path. Very like, it's very much the energy of like, you've seen a lot. You've gone on a long journey. You have tasted all the flavors. You can see all the sides because you've been all the people. You've been the thief. You've been the hero. You've been the savior. Like, you could argue any side because you can see where everybody's coming from. You could be all things. You have like all the masks in your pockets, and you're like an old soul essentially. Let's just like go with that. And the end of the path is the realization that you are sovereign. You are a royal divine being who can command reality through the power of your I am presence. In the end, anything that we give power to along the way, along the journey, it's part of the game. It's part of the Maya. It's part of the illusion. You give a thing or a person, it's not wrong, but you give a thing or a person or, any sort of structure, anything that's outside of you, a certain amount of power in your narrative, and they have that power. That you have imbued them with that power in your simulation, and it could be very correct for whatever you are meant to experience and learn and go through. But in the end, you realize that they have that power because you gave it to them, and you are all that is. So at the 9, at the end of the cycle, you realize, oh, I'm sovereign. I'm free. I am on the throne of my own divine simulation, and I remember. And from here I can preserve, I can govern my own life, and I've reclaimed my power. You no longer spend all the time wondering why things happen to you, why people do this, why situations unfolded this way, because it all comes back to you. It all comes back to your own consciousness. And so the energy of the lion obviously is coming up major for the Lion's Gate. The energy of the peacock, these are signs that you might see in the coming days. Obviously, you're going to see the lion a lot because of all the Lion Gate stuff, but keep your eye out for a peacock. These are very royal creatures, and they signal to you and they can remind you of your own sovereignty, your own celestial royalty. You are imbued with the power of creation yourself, and it honors creation itself to remember that power if it feels in alignment with you at this time, which if you're still watching this reading, it probably does, because that is like, why would you be here if you weren't in alignment with this energy? So that's that. All things can exist within that, because we all came down here to play in a way that is fruitful to us. And so, that's that. What else do I want to say? Oh, about the remembering. I call this channel A Place to Remember because the whole fun part about this whole earth dimension is that we come down here and we forget. And it's like a little fun game of fun, sometimes, or all the time, depending on how you look at it. But of remembering. And so we remember and we forget, and we remember and we forget. And remembering doesn't mean that like you're like, I remember everything that ever happened to me throughout all of my like awakening lifetimes of this and that and whatever. But like, when you have that moment of like just like soul recognition of, for me it happens like so beyond seeing things or the mind. It's like this moment of lucidity that is a feeling and will give me goosebumps, and it might happen in its own unique way for you. But I think that as we go along, we're just establishing more and more of an anchor in that remembrance. And so even though we can come in and out of it, we are ultimately moving to a place where we are just going to remember it more and more. And that is what happens as we ascend the dimensions vibrationally and consciously, because we're in the dimension, the certain dense dimension that we don't remember. And so as Earth ascends as a collective, as we ascend individually and as a collective, we will remember more and more. And we're here right now because there are things that we gain from the forgetting and the remembering and the forgetting and the remembering. But it's fun to remember. I love it. I think there is so much more magic we can create when we do remember our power, and then we become the walking lighthouse, the beacon for others to remember too. Okay, this was so fun. I'll be back tomorrow with another. Much love. Happy Lionsgate. Also, the other thing is just like take a moment today, all day if you can, but like at least take a moment to embody the feeling of the wish fulfilled. Whatever you want, whatever you're wanting, your heart's truest desire right now is coming to your mind. Just play pretend that you already have it. Just play pretend. Okay, I love you. Bye.